Hey, everybody, you are watching and listening to the We Are Rising podcasts. This is Andrew Benjamin, your host. With me, I got Mike from Ohio. How you doing, Mr. Ohio?
I'm
Mike.
doing real well, Andrew. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Sorry for the delays. That's all on me. So, angry letters, please direct them to me. Yeah, that's my fault for making a lot of people, hopefully not a lot of people wait. Yeah, we're gonna be talking Ryzen 48 next Saturday, presumably on Ryzen.tv.
Is
I
it
don't.
Saturday or Sunday?
I guess Saturday for us, Sunday in Japan.
Okay.
Uh,
Because it's
but
29th, right?
yeah, yeah. So yeah, Saturday going to Sunday, Ryzen.tv. As far as I know, it hasn't been updated last I checked, but I don't presume it's going to change. It's not going to be not there. But it won't be on. Oh, it's not going to be on Beam Live, unfortunately.
Why is that?
So, just not going to work out this time. That's all I've been told. But there'll be a boxing show, a great boxing show that I hope people will buy and watch.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
that's all.
ask you. Is my God, what is the fight between Yaman and Kimura gonna be on Abima Live?
Nope. But I'm going to try my darndest to try to see if I can get on Beam Alive. But I am one man. I am one foreigner who works indirectly with Abima, so I can't promise. So,
Because that's a hell
and,
of a fight.
yep. Looks like it is. Looks like they just updated it. Capping in the Discord.
Okay,
Just put it there. Ryzen.tv.
cool.
Let me just make sure. Yep. It is
Awesome.
right there. Yeah, it's right
Awesome.
there. 1999. Or if you have the membership, I think you have it available. All good. So
Is it possible that Ryzen Live will put Fight Club 2 like they did the last one?
right, that was on Ryzen Live.
I thought it was one. I thought Ryzen Live had access to. I thought you were able to buy it on Ryzen Live as well.
I thought it was only a Unext or a Bima, one of those.
I could be wrong, but I thought that was last time. But anyway,
Yeah. Maybe, but Bima is the one who's promoting it, so I don't think it's gonna be on Ryzen Live. It'd be great if it was.
Maybe because Mikuru was a Ryzen fighter, maybe at the time.
That's possible, but both these guys are Ryzen fighters as well.
Yeah,
Right. And Kimura.
Right, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be talking about another Nagoya. This is in Nagoya, I think, right? This show.
This is in Saitama.
Yeah.
You're talking about the landmark, I believe, in mid-November. That's going to be in Nagoya.
I just assumed that because Satoshi's on it, and that it's going to be in Nagoya. That's me.
Fair enough.
Before we start, we like to do our poster check. I haven't done this in a while. Let me see if I remember how to do screen share. Oh yes, there we are. Poster check. Is that? Let me see. I have to go back to the StreamYard. What do we say about this poster, Mr. Mike? Is it good? Is it bad? What do you think?
It's not bad. I mean, it's just kind of there for me.
Is this a takeoff of a Pride poster? Did a
It might be. I honestly don't remember.
What was it? I thought he was. Oh yes. I joked in the Discord that they what do you call it? Last Jedi Zulu. If anybody has ever seen The Last Jedi and seen the Chinese poster, you'll notice that a significant actor from that movie is missing on it. So look that up on your free time to understand what that means.
I think I know what you're referring to.
Yes, I'm just kidding. I just think it's funny. That's why I like to call it Last Jedi. But yes, if this was a Pride poster, somebody hopefully more knowledgeable about that stuff, say in the chat, please. What do you think? What do you think about the religious or Greek? Is this Greek or Roman?
I'm not.
I think it's Roman. I think these are supposed to be Roman Colosseum, right?
Roman Colosseum, the Colosseum in Rome. It's not bad. It's just kind of there for me.
What do you think about they got Gustavo right in the middle? I thought that was very interesting.
I do think that's going to be the main event.
Yeah,
I do think him and Satoshi will be the main.
Yeah, because look, you got Yachi in the back. Like 2 or 3 years ago, he's up front and center.
Yes.
And then you
he
got
is.
you got Satoshi doing his I don't know, it's like a Magneto thing or something with the hand. I don't know what to call it
It kind of
exactly.
reminds me of what Naoki Inoue did. The shot of him during the Rizin GP, the
Mm.
bantamweight Grand Prix. I think he went something like that during in the like his like during the
I just remembered. I wonder, is that the hand that he broke when he fought Pitbull?
might have
Happy
been.
funny, that was a funny. That's the hand that broke when he fought Pitbull at Bellator. I don't know why. That just makes me laugh for some reason. I like it. I think it's cool. Yeah, I don't think it's one of their better posters, but
It's
it's
not.
definitely still cool. Still better than the Noche poster.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just I've seen better from Ryzen as far as their posters go.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. So let's talk about this card. On paper, 11 fights, good
It's a re-
number, I
oh yeah,
think.
and it's a really good card. It's a very good card with the two title matches and just up and down from whatever the first card match will be. I'm assuming that's going to be maybe Zulu versus Arai. That's a good fight. Yachi, Usami, just to name a few. This is definitely one of their better cards, I feel,
Um,
for a number show coming off of because sometimes they tend to be lazy when it comes to putting stuff at Saitama because they think it'll sell out.
I'm still curious to see how they're going to be booking future landmark shows.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've seen what they're doing with Super Ryzen, we're seeing what they're doing with numbers. Are they gonna kind of do the same thing where it's like less fights, but more stronger, more fights? I guess I don't want to say make sense, but kind of just jump off on paper. There's none of this regional Nagoya kickboxer from Hoos Cup or NJKF or whatever, or some like 0-5 MMA fighters doing the deep rules things that they're doing. I don't know if they're still doing that, but I hope that's dead.
Now,
They're doing the
if they're
weird.
opening fights and they draw some people to the shows, I guess, like I've said before, I have no issue with that. But putting it on a main card, I see your point. There's a place for them, but it would either be the opening fights or like maybe the first or second fight.
Actually, question: what do you think will be the two opening fights for this card?
I will go with Akimoto and Kintaro, and then Joe Arai Zulu.
Really? Okay.
I mean, hold on. Go up a moment, please.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
You might be right. You might be right. I think you're right.
Because I don't think I mean, you can say what you want about Ushiku, but he's a former champion, and him and Sato would probably.
You want people to tune in. If you put that in the opening fight and people see that fight, they're not gonna.
And it's maybe maybe the fifth or sixth match. I mean, it's hard to say without the match order being released.
LMJV asked about that. Laramie, forgot TJ Laramie.
I think he's supposed to debut on Landmark.
That's what I thought as well. I get him confused because he has a brother as well that was also in UFC. And I think they both go by TJ, or like their first names are
TJ, something like that.
No, I think both their names are TJ. But yeah, I think he's supposed to be fighting at the I think like what you said, Mike, Nagoya show. But yeah, hopefully Nagoya show.
What weight is he?
Flyweight.
Okay.
Which seems to be they're leaning into a lot now.
Maybe fight Monkey Shibata.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully there's not like 16 fights in that card. Hopefully it's like 10, 11, 12, whatever.
I'd say 12 or 13 is a good number for a Landmark show.
I would say 10, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, so the card has not been released, but I think the card will probably kind of mirror how we're going to do it. Well, I don't know, well, not the beginning, but at least the main part. But we'll assume that Tapology is correct for now. So we're going to start off with Juan Archuleta versus my boy. I absolutely love him, Shaduyev, Razabadi Shaduyev from I always get mixed up. Kyrgyzstan. Yes, I was about to say Kazakhstan. Archuleta on a losing streak, finishing his
2
last
fights,
two
I think it
fights.
is.
Yep, finishing his last 2 fights. Shaduliev undefeated. Did you see the little short film that Rizin put out
I
on their?
I did not have a chance.
It's great. Anybody go to Rizin.tv, the Twitter. They had a whole thing where they made this like short film where they're like with Shingo. I think it's I forgot the other guy that's also involved in the booking. He's also in it, and Bara, and they're like in the Rizin boardroom, and they're like trying to find a opponent for Shaduliev, and yeah, it's a whole. I don't want to spoil it. It's only like 30 seconds. It's so funny. It's hilarious. Please watch it. But yes, undefeated prospect. I think one of the guys who is going to be UFC bound.
Yeah.
Eventually, unfortunately, but regardless, what do you think about this fight, Mr. Ohio?
I think Shaduliev takes it. I do think Juan's wrestling. I mean, Juan is still a very good wrestler, so he might be able to take Shaduliev down, but I don't think he'd be able to hold him for 15 minutes. And I do think Shaduliev is versatile enough with his grappling and with his striking to eventually break through and submit Juan.
The way that Shaduliev took down basically went through Takeda.
Yeah.
I think Takeda is a better wrestler than Archuleta.
I agree, and he's bigger.
Yeah. So yeah, if Shaduliev had no problem with Takeda, I think he's gonna have no problem with Archuleta. I know one of the best guys in our Discord. Yep, that guy YTG thinks that Archuleta could have is a better striker. I don't know if I would go that far. He might be.
He's a better technical striker than Shaduliev, but Shaduliev is much stronger.
Yeah, I don't think that Archuleta striking has the ability to knock out Shaduliev.
I don't either. But I mean, he would have to fight literally a perfect fight to beat Shaduliev.
Yeah. Do you think Shaduliev finishes Archuleta?
Yes, I think he'll finish him by like a choke or something in round 2.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he finishes in round 1. I don't think Shaduliev. I think Shaduliev finished everybody.
Okay.
All of his fights.
Has he gone past? I forgot. Has he gotten past the first round?
He's gone to the second round.
Okay. Because the one thing I would say is if Juan can take him into deep water, it could get interesting.
Well, that's the thing. Archuleta does have that ton of MMA experience. Yes. He's still got good cardio as far as I've been able to see.
Yes.
But I still think Shaduliev is just better everywhere. I think this is Shaduliev's fight to make. Now, if this were up to me, I would have switched the fight we're going to talk about next. Karshiga Dotbeck, Karate Kinoshita. I have Dotbeck Shaduliev fight, Archuleta Kinoshita fight.
I would book that New Year's Eve.
Well, they're saying we after these 2 fight and they both win, who knows what's going to happen? They might just get signed to UFC. So
That's true.
The least you could have done, I think, is have Dotbeck Shaduliev fight. Right, UFC won't likely sign the loser, most likely. So you keep that guy. I know that's kind of like you're keeping the loser, but kind of have to at this point.
Right.
So then, because I think both at this point could be UFC bound if they both get a win.
I agree.
Maybe Shaduliev have a little bit more, but Dotbeck has just ever since he had that loss to Mikuru, just been on fire.
He has
on fire. Falling Star says, do you think that Canelo Japan fight in December could have the small chance to be on a rising ring? What fight? Canelo's fighting in Japan?
This is the first I've even.
Falling Star, can you clarify who's he fighting? Because I know he just had the fight with Berlanga. I think it was Berlanga.
Berlanga, and he should be. He might fight again in December. Who knows with him?
That quick? He's usually
2-3 times. He's usually I think 3 times a year. It's you. I could be wrong on that.
Who the fuck would he fight then? Benavidez?
that you would need to pay back up the
Bivol,
brakes trunk.
Bivol rematch. I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong, but if Bivol can get past Baturbia next month.
Okay. I'm sorry, Falling Star. I don't know what Canelo Japan fight. We're talking. I've unfortunately opened up a Pandora's box of no way in hell Canelo fights Benavidez. Sorry, I just opened up this terrible oh, you say Canelo wants to fight in Japan. Oh, okay. I don't know what ring they use for top fight when they have Inoue and tension fight. I would guess it would probably be that same ring, because that's a boxing ring specifically. I believe. Well, the one that they should sign is that judoka. What's her name? Abe, the one who cried.
Yeah.
I forgot her name, but yeah, she's the one that should be signed, if anybody, from the Olympics.
The question becomes, would Rizin give them enough money to make them interested?
Well, if most of those Olympic people already get like salaried by like sponsors or whatever, so the Rizin salary wouldn't even have to be that big probably to compare.
Okay.
Sorry, let's get back on track. Dotback, Karate Kinoshita. Kinoshita is gonna get knocked the fuck out. I don't know what else to say, man.
Yeah. Dotback's gonna knock him out. I don't think there's much to say about. I mean, he could catch Dotback with something, but I just think Dotback's better in every single aspect.
Yeah. If we're going to again compare these two, I think I see Archuleta lasting longer with Shadulia than I do Kinoshita lasting with Dotback.
Yeah, I definitely have Dotback round 1 knockout.
Yeah. I know you said you do it New Year's Eve. I still would have rather have done those two facing each other. And then, yeah, Archuleta, Kinoshita fights, I don't know. That's just a whatever fight.
Exactly.
But yeah, Dotback easily wins, in my opinion. Anything else? I don't know what else to say about this, man.
No, I believe Kinoshita is the deep featherweight champion.
Is he? Yes, he beat yeah. Oh, no, he's not. Who is?
I thought he was.
Or was that one of those things where like the people
was an interim?
Didn't Black Combat like take like almost all the deep titles?
Yeah, I thought he won the deep featherweight. I could be wrong.
No, Koya Kanda. No, I think Koya Kanda had it. Yes, he lost it to Inoue, and then he lost to Kinoshita.
Never mind then.
Yeah,
my bad.
Oh, all good. By the way, I recommend the deep show from this past weekend. It was very, very good. Anyway, so yes, yep. Nothing much else to say about that. Dotback for the win and one for Kazakhstan. We'll move on next to Yusuke Yachi versus Sho Patrick Usami. Now, I know you said you're looking forward to this fight.
Yes.
I think I would say I would more likely look forward to it many years ago, because it would be like, oh, you know what? This could be a very competitive fight. I think Mr. Usami is going to just crack Yachi, and he's going to get a knockout. He's going to get knocked out face planted.
I agree. Although if Yachi takes him down to the ground, it could be interesting.
Well, that's you're not wrong to think about that. Remember the Kim fight, as you can see right here. Yeah, that's what exactly Kim did. But I think Kim is a much more better versatile fighter than Yachi at this point.
Yes.
Yachi also has, I don't know. He just always seems to,
no fire.
The less fire than he used to have.
Mm-hmm. Very tentative in everything he does.
Yeah. Are you referring to me, Leprechaun of No FC? Is that who you're referring to? Because I have been told that before many times. It's all good. It's all good. I appreciate you. I appreciate the Ben Askren shout out. So yes, I think Yachi, he wins by taking it slow.
Yes.
And
grinding.
not. Well, sorry.
Grinding.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is. You could maybe submit him. You could
Mhm.
probably submit him. I forgot as well though. Yachi's isn't he coming off that loss to Baranoy as well?
Yeah, in the Bellator Paris event.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Still, he should have fought Primus, man. I think he could have had a little bit more of a better shot at Primus. But yeah, I mean, yeah, easy win for Patrick. I'm not sure say easy win, but I think it's gonna be another knockout win for Usami.
I agree, and it'd be a good name on his resume if he does win.
Yeah, isn't it just so funny that we're saying that like, or is Yachi jobber status now? Is he gatekeeper now?
Yes, he is.
That's so.
He's
sad.
not a jobber, but he's a gatekeeper, kind of like Takahiro Ishida, except better.
You know what the sad thing also is? Now that I think about it, since today wasn't today the 6th anniversary of Kid Yamamoto's death.
Yes.
I wonder if they booked him because the proximity of Kid's death, because it's this week. He's on next week. Are they hoping he gets a win so he can do a Kid shout out? I'm starting to think that now. I didn't even realize that just like really literally just came to my head right now.
It's amazing. It's been 6 years.
Yes, it is Zambibar. Rizin is awesome. Yeah. We're gonna move on to the next fight, and we were like, oh my god, how are we gonna pronounce this gentleman's name? We learned it at the last minute. So we'll go with the easy name first. Joe Arai taking on Nkazimulo Zulu. Did we get it right?
I hope so.
Okay. So I cannot wait to hear the Japanese announcers pronounce this. Because you have to translate it into Japanese, and since this is a South African name, I just want to hear like how they're gonna pronounce it. Flyweight fight. Joe Arai coming off that Hiroya knockout. I believe Zulu is the EFC champion, which is a champion, a South African promotion. Yeah, he's also a training partner of DDP. Yep, he's the EFC champion. I guess you could characterize him as an all-rounder. I'm not saying that as a negative, but he is good. He is good at striking. He's good mainly at submissions. And he has a win over somebody named Gift Walker, which is an awesome name. What do you think about this fight, Mike?
I'm looking forward to it. I like Joe Arai. I was really impressed with when he won became double shootout champion. I do think that he's got excellent stand-up. Don't know much about his grappling. I do think he shouldn't have taken that Hiroya fight. I don't think he was recovered completely when he took that fight, because he gassed pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and also for anybody that didn't see that fight, I don't remember his opponent's name, but he beat his opponent, but like it was a brawl. It was like a brawl for 2 rounds. I think it was 2 rounds. Yeah,
I think it was 2 rounds, and he was rocked.
Did he go now? He went up in weight for that fight, or did he go down in weight? Because I think he's both straw weight, and I think he's Shooto straw weight and
and flyweight.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that was a flyweight. I think that was a flyweight fight.
Okay.
So question. I mean, so we do have 2, I guess, regional champions. The thing, will he be? So the whole thing about Joe Arai was that when he first started, he went on this long losing streak.
9.
Like this absurd losing streak. And then
9 fights.
Yes, 9 fights. 9 fights. Think about that. Look at that. Look at all them reds. And then he just, whatever happened. He just went on this crazy winning streak. Now he lost. I hate to say this. Do you think we're going to see a repeat of that 9-fight losing streak?
No, I don't think so.
You think he'll be prepared for this one? You think he's well rested?
I do, considering it'll have been almost 9 months since his last fight. He hasn't fought in Shooto. So I do think he'll be well rested. The biggest issue for him is that, from what I saw on the Rizin site, that Zulu's 5'8" and Arai is 5'3". If that's accurate, that's a huge reach and height advantage. It'll be so Arai's gonna have to get inside, and his defense is not great.
Do you think so? Let's just say, do you think if DDP will be in his corner, in Zulu's corner, and if he is, do you think they're going to do what Bellator did when who was it? Was it Umar took on Shabali and just have DDP's face in like a cutout corner the entire time?
Maybe.
I hope they don't do that. It was so cringe when Bellator did it.
A lot of things Bellator did were cringeworthy.
Yeah. So this is I mean, I'll be on. I almost want to say this fight is almost a coin toss.
I think it is. It's just going to depend on if Joe Arai can get inside. If he can, I think he has a good chance of winning. If it's on the outside, he's going to get caught.
But I think Zulu also, has the advantage when it comes to grappling.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. I think that Arai is a better striker. So, but with, like I said, with Arai's mediocre defense, he could absolutely get caught, like Hiroya caught him. Mm-hmm. So we'll see.
You know what? I'm gonna have to pick Zulu on this.
I'm gonna go with Joe Arai by knockout.
I think this will go all 3 rounds. I think these two little monsters are gonna go at it for 3 rounds, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's even a split decision.
Yeah, I'm going with Arai by knockout, but I could see it going to a decision.
Falling Star asks, do you think it's time Barra should get billionaire investors for Rizin to compete with UFC? I feel the time is now to do it because of the numbers Rizin pulling in. Well, hope
there's no appeal outside of Japan. There's no appeal.
Listen, there's a sucker born every minute. If PFL can get billionaire investors, I don't see why Rizin can't themselves. Maybe there's some billionaire investors in Azerbaijan or Kazakhstan, and then Barra can sell them a timeshare portfolio to prove to them that they should invest.
Well, PFL does a much better job putting themselves out there than Rizin does.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, they do. You know, what is it? Or one, fake it till you make it. That was the funniest thing I've ever heard. It was like, it's how to describe one as to investors, and they basically just fake it till they make it.
Yeah, and they're still doing it even now.
Yeah. For now, who knows how much longer? Zambibalor asks, where does the Hiromoto Asakura fight rank up there in Rizin main events? Do you mean in terms of fight quality or excitement
or the significance?
I would definitely say high in significance, especially the stuff that happened after it, which we're not going to get into. I think in terms of excitement, absolutely. There was a buzz around that fight. There was a big buzz that like, this feels like a huge main event. And
to not to be a skeptic, but there's really no one on the Rizin roster save Ren who can generate that type of buzz. So
it was so funny that they made a whole new belt. They made a whole new rules and rounds for this, and none of that stuff wound up. Well, the belt, they had the belt, but none of that stuff. The rules, the open scoring, 5 rounds didn't matter even in the end. So it's just funny how that worked out. But I rank up there in terms of Rizin main events. I'm trying to just go. I still think that, my 2 favorite Rizin main events that I could think of at the top of my head was, technically it wasn't. Okay. So remember the Horiguchi Tenshin boxing match? Technically wasn't a main event. Remember they had that in the middle?
I think Hurricane?
Yes, the Hurricane.
Typhoon or whatever it was.
And then they had Jiri, I think Jake Kuhn.
It was Yuri Prohaska versus Jake Kuhn, yeah.
So I'm still considering that was a main event. That was what people came to see. So that's up there, number 1.
That was my choice.
And then I would say Kyoji Kai 2. Which New Year's Eve was that? Was that
2020?
That was 20. Okay, yeah. I think those are my 2 most favorite Rizin main events. And I would put, Ren Hiromoto, Asakura definitely top 5.
I would say it's number 2. I would say number 1, probably just for me, it was Horiguchi versus Shintaro Ishiwatari just because it was the crowning of a new superstar for Rizin.
Which one was that?
That was New Year's Eve 2017, the finals of the bantamweight GP.
In Shintaro and in Kyoji?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it? I thought it was Cape and Kyoji.
Or was it? No, Cape. That was the semi, wasn't it?
No, I thought they were the final.
No, I'm positive that
Because didn't no, because okay, I'm too lazy to look it up. If you want to look up Mike, you can, or somebody in the chat can look it up. But I thought Cape and I thought because Cape beat McCall with the rope, because the rope, whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
Horiguchi and Cape
I think he knocked out. I think he knocked out Shintaro in the semifinal.
In the final with a straight right hand, beginning of the second round. He submitted Cape with the arm triangle in the second round, I think. That was the semi.
I thought that was the final. Okay.
I'm positive.
Okay.
But for me, just the crowning of Horiguchi as a new star.
Okay. Gotcha. Anyway, if somebody wants to mention that in the chat, go ahead. We're going to move on with this card, and we're going to move on. My God, I'm losing my mind here. Kintaro versus Kyouma Akimoto. Now, Akimoto, this guy is something else, in my opinion. And he kind of, he's 18, by the way. I just realized that right now. I did not know that. He is 18.
Yeah.
So he's from out of Para Extra Kashiwa, I think. Or
is that Pancrase affiliated?
No. So Power Extra and Chiba. Okay, there's Power Extra Chiba, Power Extra Kashiwa, which is also in Chiba, and then the Black Belt Japan, which separated from Power Extra Chiba. I have no idea how accurate Tapology is with this. So he could be one of those. We'll see if Father Tsuruya is in his corner, then he's with the Black Belt Japan. If he's not there, then he's probably with one of the past Power Extras. Anyway, he became kind of on everybody's radar when he knocked out Alan Yamaniha at this thing called, what's this, Fighting Agent War the Max? I thought it was a Pancreas show, to tell you the truth, but like this was, I don't know what type of show.
I want to say it was on a Bima. Yeah,
no, it was on a Bima, but like, I guess it was like some weird, not independent, but like freelance MMA show.
Yeah, they wanted, I think the idea was it was supposed to be younger fighters, and then it might have been some type of reality show linked to some reality show. I can't remember. But yeah, I saw the knee. I saw the knee that he knocked out Yamaniha with. Just incredibly impressive for a 17, 18-year-old to beat a veteran of that ilk.
Mm-hmm. And Yamaniha is a hard guy to put down.
Yeah. I couldn't do it.
Yep. He's finished all of his opponents, as you can see here, except for his first. But here's, Kintaro, Mr. Kintaro with the tattoos of shall we say, unknown origin. I'll leave it at that. He's still okay. This he has this reputation as a brawler. I think he was a brawler at one point.
In Pancrase.
And I don't think he has that anymore. Like the last fight that he had, remember when he had that, was a fight, I don't remember who he fought. Was it this
Daiki Lightyear?
Yeah, that was like Daiki Lightyear. And he just he was moving slow. He got even knocked down Lightyear at one point and didn't even pounce or try to finish.
Yeah, his reaction time looked slow as hell.
Yeah. Must be all the tattoos on his body of that are weighing him down.
I do think that his losing streak really made him very tentative. And whatever he had when he first came to Rizin, that's gone.
Yeah. Well, if you just look at the trajectory of his where he started, and where he is now.
Yeah, he's 15-13.
Yeah. So, do you think Akimoto can knock out Kintaro?
Yes, I do. I think he's going to be very aggressive, and he's going to want to make an impact, but on by far the biggest show he's ever been on against, I think, essentially Kintaro's a gatekeeper. We're going to see what Akimoto has, but I do think his youth and his speed and power are going to be too much for Kintaro, especially with the way Kintaro fights. Kintaro's going to have to hit him with a perfect counter. If Kintaro's as slow as he showed in his last fight, he's going to get blitzed.
Well, he was saying, if there's anything we learned from Super Rizin, a lot of veterans, you can't.
Oh no.
It's man, like my brain is telling me that Kintaro is going to get some weird split decision win. This is what my brain is telling me, but I don't know. I want to err on the side of a safe bet. I think Akimoto, yes. I think he will win. I don't know if he'll knock out Kintaro, but I think Akimoto will win. This is a guy that I think also Rizin should try to keep as best they can. I have no doubt after has he fought for deep? I think he's fought for deep before. Yeah. After this, he'll probably get some deep fights. Presuming he wins. Even if he doesn't win, he'll still get some deep fights. And if he wins, definitely try to keep this guy because he's 18. He's all finishes but one. He's somebody that you need to keep, especially for bantamweight division. Bantamweight division is getting very
old heavy.
I was gonna say old heavy. I was gonna say shitty. Because it's
same people.
It's not even. It's the same. Is it even the same people? It's kind of like the same people, but they're not even doing so well anymore. Who's the champion again? I forgot who's bantamweight champion. No, we're answering that tonight. Yeah,
it's vacant.
Yeah, vacant's the champion. The two best guys are fighting for the title later in the show, and then who else? Who are the other people that are in bantamweight? Kanna Izawa?
No, he's got beat.
Yeah.
I mean, Ryuya Fukuda. You could bring in Ryuya Fukuda.
He's the only one. He is the only one. And here's my belief. I think he went up to bantamweight because he wanted to try to fight Kai at some point. I think that's why he went. And now Kai's not there anymore. She's just like, fuck it. I'll stay at the weight. Yeah. Bantamweight is unfortunately just not that interesting anymore.
Not right now.
Not right now.
It has a ton of potential, but they just need to get some new bodies.
Oh, they need a lot of bodies. I would almost say that TJ Laramie guy, just make him do bantamweight. Just do it. And we're going to talk about another bantamweight fight that, if you want to see the dire division of how bantamweight is, Juntaro Ushiku versus Shoko Sato. Man.
Yeah, this fight.
This is the piss break fight. This is where you go get the burger at the concession stand.
Yeah, and I'll say it right now, it's not Shoko Sato's fault.
No. This is gonna be a grinding fight. If this fight, I don't know. I should make a bet myself that this fight gets a finish. That I don't know. I eat a piece of chocolate cake or something. I have no idea. Or the Tucker Carlson thing where you eat the shoe or something. But I just don't see how this fight can be finished by two guys who never finish.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Sato by decision. I think he's just too versatile and too good on the feet. And Ushiku does the bare minimum almost every single fight.
Did Ushiku train again at ATT with Kyoji for this fight? I don't
know. It doesn't seem to help. So
yeah. Ushiku needs to go back to deep. Try that bantamweight division at some point.
Yeah.
I think it was cute at first. The whole he kind of gets these weird wins was kind of cute, but that was when that was still pandemic era, so you kind of had to. Yeah. Luke answered that. Kyoji is cornering Ushiku for his fight next weekend. Okay.
Got it.
I still don't think he's gonna win. I still think Sato will win.
Yeah, like I said, Sato's just too versatile.
So best of luck to all those who can stay awake and watch this. An unnecessary rematch category. We have Motoya and Ota. Listen though, I'll say this: Ota has fought for Rizin every year since the promotion has started. He's gotten at least one fight every year. And I was like, we haven't gotten our Ota fight. Sorry, not Ota, excuse me, Motoya fight. and I was not expecting this. This was kind of like out of left field, a rematch out of left field. I am not excited for this one either.
I think Ota will come in more motivated to get revenge. I mean, he's gotten a lot better since their first fight, and I do think Motoya has slipped a little bit. But I still think Motoya is going to win this fight by decision.
Didn't he basically the first fight was like
him.
Yeah. I'm very confused why because I know J Wolf will watch this. I'm not gonna try to throw you on the bus, J Wolf, but we like this whole big discussion on rematches with Chihiro, Pitbull, Satoshi, and like if there's if it was a closely contested fight, I could kind of get it. Yeah, that first fight. Well, first of all, I don't remember anything from that first fight. First of all, but it was a domination from what I can remember. By Motoya.
Yeah, Ota couldn't take Motoya down.
And he's the Olympic wrestler. So I guess Ota's striking has gotten better. That could possibly be the winning. That could be the deciding factor.
Yeah, maybe. But and also Motoya is a couple years older now. Some more wear and tear.
Didn't Motoya win his last fight? Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, I remember that one. Okay. I like to pick Motoya. He's an old favorite, but I think Ota will win this one. Rizin wouldn't book this rematch. All promotions have their favorites, and Rizin sometimes makes theirs a little bit more obvious than others. And I think they kind of want Ota to win this one, and I think that's why they booked it, because they feel that Ota is much better than when he first fought Motoya.
I agree, he is. I mean, if he's improved as much as you think, he's got a real shot. But I still think Motoya's versatility is going to give him a lot of problems.
Yeah, look at it. That was in 2022. He knocked out Kuramoto. I remember that. Takizawa, he also knocked out. Ashizawa, I won't count that one. Ushiku, whatever. And then he had the Bellator fight on short notice as well. So, yeah. Well, the new opponent. Wait.
It was a new opponent, wasn't it? Like a short notice substitute.
Was he replacing somebody, or did?
No,
I
think someone replaced his opponent.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, I think Ota will probably take this. Let me see. It looks like Motoya shaking the bed at New Year's made me skeptical of his chances going forward. Yeah, listen, he is a perfect rising gatekeeper, for that promotion. Perfect gatekeeper, Motoya is.
Yeah, and maybe I'm wrong. We'll see.
That'd be funny though. Like he just ruins the plans to get Ota that push that they so want to give him.
Yeah, because they clearly want Ota to be in a title match.
Yeah. I just lost my place. There we are. Next, this should be a good one. Hagiwars versus Ryo Takagi. There is a formula to beat Hagiwara.
Grappling.
Grappling, even though Takagi is not a grappler. He knocks out everybody. I think he's knocked out all of his opponents but one, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, wait, no. Yes, he has. So yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that Kolesnik fight. Oh yeah,
it was horrible.
Yeah. But Hagiwara has been on a losing streak though. He's looked better in his losses though, kind of.
Yeah.
I'll kind of give him that, but I mean, yeah, what do you think about this, Mike?
I think it's a good fight. I love Hagiwara. I know he's not the best fighter ever, but he's just exciting as hell to watch. I think they finally matched him with a striker as opposed to a grappler for once.
Mm-hmm.
But a really good young one. I do think Hagiwara's defense is shit, and I do think that Takagi's going to knock him out with a counter, probably a right hand.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see Hagiwara win it.
Thank you, Arthur. I was like, I thought he replaced his opponent. So yeah, he replaced somebody. Then his opponents got replaced. So we had the double switch.
Got it.
Interesting that you say that. So Takagi, I think, is probably the better striker. But man, listen, Hagiwara can still knock out people.
Oh, I know.
Sorry.
Oh, absolutely.
Though the thing is that Hagiwara is an interesting figure in this time of Rizin because he came about during the pandemic, and he was like 0-2 or 1-2, whatever it was, and he just managed to kind of like survive in that era. Became popular in Osaka. Tattoos. He put Smoker Gym on the map, really. But I don't know. Does he fit in this current era of Rizin? Almost.
Yes and no. I mean, record-wise, no, but he puts asses in seats. So
in Osaka, yeah, but this show is I don't know how many guys from Osaka could come all the way from Osaka to Saitama.
Not sure, but I mean, he is a popular fighter. I mean, like I said, when my wife and I were there last year, he was very popular.
The other thing is that Takagi also trades with Chihiro Suzuki at Cross Point Hachioji. So I'm sure there's probably a little connection there why we're seeing more Takagi as well. They released a preparation video on Takagi, which I'm assuming that they'll put those AI subtitles on eventually, which means they'll probably do one Hagiwara as well. I mean, Hagiwara's always that guy that I want to cheer for and I want to see him win. I still think that there's still a match you can do of Ren down the line. In fact, I think if the winner of this could easily face Ren for that LMS title, and if Hagiwara did it, I think that could be an exciting, worthy rematch. Because
absolutely, you could sell that fight easy. I could also see Yuta Kubo.
No, Yuta Kubo is on his way to like a title. He's like he's on his way to like an actual title. Like I don't know what they're planning to do with LMS, but I think LMS kind of fits a certain type of fighter that you kind of have to book for that fight. Like I said, you don't want Juntaro Ushiku fighting for the LMS title. No. But do you think that Takagi will maybe we know that Hagiwara's grappling defense is shit. Maybe I'm just going to grapple this entire time, even though I don't ever because here's the thing. Remember the Nishitani fight? I think he got taken down once, maybe
yes, and he got right back up.
Yeah. So he obviously doesn't have to worry about that with Hagiwara, but do you think he just implements that plan against Hagiwara?
Possibly. But I do think he's going to try and make Hagiwara make a mistake and counter him over the top with a right hand. Same way he did with Taisei Nishitani.
But Hagiwara he's not that brazen like Nishitani is. He brawls, but he's not brazen.
No, he's not.
He also doesn't have Miku in his corner telling him to do silly things like that.
No, but he still leaves himself wide open for counter punches.
I got you. Hey, listen, I'm gonna pick Hagiwara. He's on a losing streak. Right. I think he could. Takagi is also a guy who's kill or be killed. Do you think we get a knockout by either of these two?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Probably round 2 or 3.
I'm gonna pick Hagiwara round 2, KO. Following Star has actually an interesting question. How does it feel to say? How does it feel that there's no more to say that Mikuru is fighting meaningful anymore? An era died and a new one is coming from formation. I think I get what you're trying to say. That with Mikuru losing and possibly retiring, it's kind of the end of an era. I don't know if he's officially retired. I thought at first maybe he's retired, but I don't know. I'm kind of a little bit not believing that he's going to retire. What do you think, Mike?
Hard to say. I guess if there's something intriguing and it's a ton of money, he might come back, but does he really need to at this point?
Is he becoming a special attraction type fighter?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do it that way and you can make a storyline for someone, sure. Other than that, I don't see him needing, outside of him going bankrupt, I don't see a reason for him to fight anymore. I mean, because Breaking Down, despite all the issues with it, is still going strong.
Yeah, as far as I know, he's not doing coke and blow and hookers and all that stuff. So he spends it on apparently on I think he spends it on fur coats and cars. That's what I was told. But yeah, as long as he's not doing is gambling legal now in Japan, or is it going to be
I don't
legal?
think so.
Okay, maybe when gambling becomes legal, who knows? Maybe he'll lose all his money gambling. But right now he's doing good with his money. We're gonna move on to this fight. I'm not so sure we'll have to really interpret it as. I get it, but I also don't. but I also don't like it. But I also kind of like it. It's like these. I'm going through like so many emotions with this fight. Seika Izawa, Kanna, non-title, by the way. Supposedly Kanna's retirement match. She had a great interview with Drake Riggs on MMA Fighting. I highly recommend it, where she just talked about that she lost the fire. She was just completely honest. She said, "Yeah, I just don't have that drive anymore," and you could kind of see that in her fights. There was just something missing in a lot of her recent fights. What do you think about this, Mike?
I like it. I like the fight. It should have happened earlier, but it didn't for whatever reason.
I'm seeing that with Rizin a lot. There's like, this fight should have happened years ago, but now you're doing it. But anyway, go ahead.
And to be fair, like with Kai and Naoki, it just never happened because Naoki got hurt constantly.
And Kai got hurt as well.
He did.
Don't throw it on Naoki. Kai also got hurt.
Yeah, but
they tried to book the tournament because they put them in opposite brackets, and they clearly were going to be like, "Oh, these two will be in the final," and then no, that did not happen. So, anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that I like this fight because Seika is obviously phenomenal submission artist. Kanna's a very good wrestler, so I do think that Kanna is going to be on top a lot in this fight, and that Seika is going to be working from guard a lot.
I think so. Here's what I've learned about Kanna in the fights that she does not do good in. They're usually against grapplers that are better than her. Judokas, strikers. Kanna's grappling is effective against people who are mid at grappling. That's the honest truth. And like the people that's beating her, Miyu, Siwoo Park, striker, Siwoo Park being. I'm trying to remember Ayaka as well.
Twice. And
yeah, people who are just exceptional grapplers beat her. So yeah, Izawa's gonna just plow right through her. I don't know what else is there. I think Izawa is gonna get. I'm sorry, Asakura is gonna get submitted in the first round.
I agree, but I do think it's going to be from the ground. I think Seika will get her a submission off her back.
Oh, probably, yeah. Isn't it interesting that Izawa is now retiring? This is the second person she's retiring.
I mean,
it's becoming the go-to atom weight, whatever, retirer or
yeah, and also because they got to use her. I mean, she doesn't exactly have a lot of challengers.
She doesn't have a lot. This is how dire atom weight. The atom weight, and if you watch the Deep Jewels as well show this past weekend, no, like just generally atom weight is like a black hole of just Izawa. Don't know where Ayaka is. I think she's still injured or got injured or something. Reina's up there. Well, I don't know how much longer she's going to fight. So, do you think Kanna has any chance? I want to ask that.
She might be able to try and grind out a decision, but I don't think she's going to be able to hold down Seika for 15 minutes.
The striking, I think, would be the decisive factors. Izawa's striking still is not up to par. Kanna's is no, but like that's like the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, but Seika is good. Seika has a very good ability to get the fights to where she wants.
I think Luke said his best. Shame that Seika's rise has kind of plateaued, but can't blame her given the division. In a way, I kind of do. She has avoided the Oshima fight when Oshima. What was it? When I forgot what it was. Was it when Oshima lost?
In Black Combat?
Yeah. I think when she lost in Black Combat, Izawa was like, oh, I'll fight her then. And then Oshima got the offer from Invicta. Then Oshima went up to strawweight.
And lost.
No, sorry, no, not straw. No. Izawa went up to strawweight. I think.
Okay.
I think she beat I forgot who she beat, but yeah, it's Seika's rise kind of also killed the division in a weird way. That's the way to put it. The one fight that can happen is Izawa versus Reina. There's no other fight at atomweight that is remotely even interesting at this point.
No, there isn't. They're gonna have to build some people up. I'm not sure.
There's no way to build up though. Like I don't know who you build up.
Do you just kill the division then?
You can't. I don't kill it, but you're just gonna. It's just. I don't know. It's just. I honestly, I don't think you kill it. They're just gonna have to find a lot more better people. And you have to search. Remember that used to be the international. That was kind of. It was. They depended on international fighters for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kanna, Reina, Ayaka, to a degree, Miyu, kind of like we're all up there. And then Izawa just went through everybody and just kind of. It's kind of like almost like a GSP thing when GSP was at the height of his thing. Where like, what's the point of the division when you're just running through almost everybody?
Mm-hmm.
You almost. I know what you mean by kill the division, but I don't think it needs to be killed. You just have to find people that are that just are good. I don't know how that's the easiest way I could put it. I don't know who is good out there. I watched Deep Jewels and there's not a lot of good fighters at any weight class except for Juicy. She's my favorite. Now we're gonna get into the actual title fights. First, we got Vacant going to be losing his title to either Inoue or Soo-Chul Kim. This title is cursed, by the way. This is the second time I think it's become vacant, or third. No, wait, third, because Cape, when he went to UFC, when he beat
Kai now.
Yep. Yep. So this is 4 times maybe. It became vacant then. Kai, when Kai beat
Kyoji.
Koji vacated it
because he got hurt.
Ogikubo and Kai fought for the first time, and that's where Kai beat Ogikubo.
Mm-hmm.
Then Kyoji vacated it when he went to Bellator, right?
Yes.
That's the first time. So now Kai, after winning it from Archuleta, who won it last when it was vacant, I believe he beat Ogikubo. Now this is the 4th time it's fucking vacant. Your title should not be passed around like it's a fucking whore in Texas, you know. So it's really it's like
or a boxing belt.
Yeah, that's really like vacant 4 times. That's absurd. At least there's no interim. I'm at least happy there's no weird interim shit. But yeah, what do you think about this fight, Mike? Inoue, Kim.
I love it. It's a damn good fight, and I think they're both pretty evenly matched. I do think Kim is the better striker. I think Naoki's the better grappler. I think Soo-Chul Kim's probably the better wrestler. So honestly, it's whoever imposes their game plan.
I don't know. You think Kim's a better striker? Because Inoue's striking has looked good.
It's looked pretty good, but I do think that Kim's striking is pretty good itself.
Gotcha. Man,
I mean, he did knock out Taiji Nakajima with 1 shot.
Yeah. Man, this is a tough one. And when was the last time? Oh yeah, didn't Inoue fight Shoko Sato? I think that was the last fight.
Yes.
Yes. Oh man, this is a tough one. Man, I can't believe they both lost to Archuleta. Oh man. Do you think this goes? I think this goes all 3 rounds. I don't think either is going to finish either of them.
I agree. I think this is definitely going to a decision. I think they're both too good. These 2 are UFC caliber fighters.
Mm-hmm. But basically you're going to secure the Asian MMA Triple Crown if he wins. Kim's more proven at the world level. More proven at the man. You said you picked Kim, right?
I am picking him by decision, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Kim. I think especially as the rounds go later, we know that Kim
gets stronger.
Stronger. He's got a good gas tank. So, if Inoue tries too many times for those takedowns and he starts failing, he's going to start getting tired. The striking won't matter that much. And Rizin will die. Says Naoki did not look good against Sato. Naoki was phased in the second half of the fight, even in a 3rd round fight, which I was kind of saying, which is what happened to Archuleta fight and also the Ogikubo fight. He looks good in the 1st round. He tries to go for finish, and then if he can't get that finish, he kind of just starts getting down. Kim though keeps going up. That's a whole nother topic, Luke. Hopefully one day. Hopefully one day. Hopefully, or at least 10-5-5. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have to pick Kim, man. Kim, I think Kim's on, and Kim's gonna be fighting again next month, supposedly in Road FC.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says here. I mean, if he gets knocked out badly, then
That's
maybe
one thing.
not. But well, he's taking on a 3-1 guy. Okay, so basically, like, oh, you'll have your tough fight arise. We'll give you a fucking jobber
Yeah,
at the next Road FC show. So yeah, I think Kim's gonna win. Hopefully, we'll finally get a champion that can hold this title for a while, maybe, and not vacate it for silly reasons. But this should be a good fight. I'm really looking forward to it.
Agreed.
And we want to talk about great fights. One that should have happened, I feel like, years ago, but at least it's happening now. Satoshi Gustavo, lightweight championship. Two guys who could not be more opposite in how they fight, which is what's great. Mike, I'm eager to hear your thoughts.
I love both these guys. Obviously, Satoshi's incredible grappler, and Gustavo is balls to the walls, aggressive, really good striker, wild, mind you, but a very good striker. And Satoshi's stand-up is fine, but he has issues with strikers. And I do think that Gustavo is going to put him in a bunch of uncomfortable situations. I think Gustavo's going to win by knockout.
Wait, you think? Oh, sorry, I'm so stupid.
I think Luiz Gustavo wins by knockout. I just think that I don't think if Satoshi gets him to the ground, I think Satoshi wins. But I think Gustavo's just going to pressure him and blitz him and just knock him out through sheer just overwhelming him.
I said this in Discord. I think that Kleber is probably the better MMA grappler than Satoshi. Here's the thing: I think Satoshi's grappling. If Gustavo has not trained at any striking at all, he's only done like grappling defense, then that's a good camp, because Satoshi still can, like you said, he is incredible on the ground. His takedowns are incredible. I remember the Mikuru fight many years ago. Gustavo got taken down many times. However, also we have seen Souza does have issues with strikers like Pitbull, Case in the first one. Yeah. So, man, this is a tough one. This is a case of where my brain and the heart are saying two different things. I also kind of want to pick it because it'll crush Jay Wolf's any hopes for a Pitbull rematch with Souza. I don't even remember which Pitbull. I think Gustavo's going to win. I think Gustavo's going to win. Really, that's my honest thoughts. Is Souza going to be tentative in this fight?
Yes, at least to start out.
If he is, then Gustavo wins, like hands down.
I think he wants Gustavo to overcommit and then try to take him down, or at least pull guard. I think that's what his plan will be.
Luca is agreeing with you. So she's not that durable. No, not at all. Nobody's durable against Gustavo. It's like, I'm surprised Poirier even survived in Takeda. Yeah. And then I have a feeling that Gustavo might upset. Yeah, I think Gustavo is going to win this. And I think he's going to be the new Rizin lightweight champion. Both these guys are. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say both these guys, once again, are UFC caliber.
I don't know about Souza anymore.
See, I think he still is low. At least he was.
Okay.
We're going to see how much he has left after the injury and all that.
Gustavo.
Although he did beat Kintaro, but even then, Kintaro is Kintaro at this point.
So the other thing about that fight is that Kintaro went down to a weight class I don't think he ever fought. I remember that was at 155. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he has never fought that before at that weight class before. So I think that might have been a tiny factor. I could be wrong, but
we're gonna see.
Yeah. I'm excited though. Really, really, really excited for this one.
I love this fight. This to me, this fight is worth the $20 alone.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. So then the question is, Mike, 3 fights you're looking forward to?
Number one, of course, Gustavo, Satoshi. Love that fight. I'm a fan of both of them. Then Hagiwara, Takagi. I do think that's going to be a knockout. I like both of those guys. I hope that Hagiwara wins. And then the third one, I am going to go with Joe Arai Zulu.
Mm-hmm. So, first one, agree, main event. Well, presumed main event, Gustavo, Satoshi. Inoue Kim. Actually, I can see Inoue Kim being the main event. I could kind of see him doing that.
I could see that, but I feel like Satoshi's done enough to where he would be the headliner.
Okay, fair enough. And then the third, let's see the toss-up third. I'm going to say Shaduyev versus Archuleta. And we've had these discussions about Archuleta. Is he shot? We've had discussions about Shaduyev. Is he going to be able to whether Archuleta is striking? I think this fight is a test kind of for both in a way. If Archuleta can beat Shaduyev, he beats one of the top prospects in the world right now.
And he's back.
And he's back. And if Shaduyev wins, he beats a former Bellator, former Rizin, King the Cage, whatever champion. And it shows that, Shaduyev is, I think, the real deal.
And he'll be UFC bound shortly thereafter.
I hope not.
I hope not either. But I'm just saying, like, UFC has so many fighters under contract. They'll poach whoever they want.
Oh, yeah. And then you got also fight against Road to Dana White's Contender Series. So if he's not UFC bound, he might get. I know that don't really do Central Asia for Road to. Did they do that for Contender Series? I don't even know.
They might have. I've been trying to start watching that.
Actually, they've been putting some of the Japanese guys right on Contender Series, and they all been losing.
Yeah, because some of those guys just aren't that good.
I know, man. The J Warriors are not doing well. Mike, where can people reach you? If you want them to reach
don't mess with social media. So my email address for comments, complaints, whatever, is msolt7@aol.com, or on the Discord, Mike S.
So, by the way, we have 3 more minutes left. If anybody wants to have any questions before we head out, happy to try to answer those questions. In the meantime, you can follow. Oh my God, you can follow the podcast at Twitter. We are Rizin Pod. Co-host J. Chris Gary, Twitter/X, and his thing, Focus Fights. This is their link tree, which has all the ways you can interact with them. Very rotating co-host guest J Wolf can be reached at this Twitter X thing. And yes, and please join the Rizin Discord, where we just shit talk every fighter and shit talk every match. Nothing is good for anything. Luke has an interesting question. What do you think they do with lightweight if Gustavo wins? Interesting question.
Yeah. That's another division they kind of need to build up more, I think.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Lightweight was good at one time. Now it's kind of in the doldrums. What do they do? How funny would it be if he got signed to UFC like right after that, and then they vacates it? I don't think that would happen. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I don't think so either. Is there any Japanese lightweights that can come right in? I can't think of any.
So, what do you then do the Pitbull rematch against Gustavo, because he did beat Gustavo in that tournament?
No, he didn't. He got beat. He got knocked out by Gustavo or by Pitbull in less than a minute.
Okay. Do you do Satoshi Gustavo 2?
No, I would I would do the Pitbull Gustavo rematch.
Pitbull. Oh, wait, would you do Pitbull Gustavo rematch or no?
I would, because that's the revenge angle. I think that would actually be a good semi-main for a Saitama Super Arena fight or a card.
And presuming if Chihiro Pitbull happens, you have both Pitbulls on the card. That's I don't know. That could be a little.
I would put Chihiro. I would put Chihiro obviously on the Bellator portion, and then Gustavo in one of the top 3 or 4 fights on the Rizin one. That is not a strong enough fight for to headline New Year's Eve.
If Gustavo did beat him, and Pitbull, besides Pitbull or Satoshi, I don't know who else in Rizin who is
Show Patrick Usami.
Oh, that could be if he beats Yachi, yeah. You can maybe then
Like Carlisle?
He only has one window.
Right. I'm saying, like, I mean, if you maybe have Spike Carlisle versus Usami next.
If he beats Yachi, I think that's the only realistic one. You really can't do anything else.
Yeah,
Rise will
until
die.
you get some new people in.
Yeah, Rise will die. Shunta Nomura and Efo Vega looking at UFC, and there aren't any immediate Japanese contenders after them. Carlisle is the only other one left. Yeah, like I said. Yeah, he might be the only one. And listen, Gustavo versus Carlisle will be a fun fight nonetheless, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for those two, whether or not UFC wants to sign them, that's a completely different story.
Well, wasn't Efo Vega? Wasn't he? He was on Road to UFC or something. He did something. Yeah, he was supposed to be on Road to UFC, I think, but then I think he got pulled or something. And Shunta Nomura just won the deep lightweight title. He destroyed Eto. I don't think he's ready for UFC yet.
No.
But like if they put him on, they could put him on a road two though. He would be a perfect road two UFC guy.
Yes.
Anyway, Mike, we're at 110. We're gonna head out now. We appreciate everybody who came in, asked questions, interacted. Please join us on the Rizin Discord and also show again next Saturday if you're in the United States, Sunday in Japan, Rizin.tv, which they just put on the Rizin.tv app, website, whatever you want to call it. Appreciate the support, everybody. Take care and have a good night.
Have a good one, everyone.